historic conflicts.
Troy, a name spoken in whispers across millennia, conjuring images of soaring walls, valiant warriors, and the cunning strategies of gods and men. It sits perpetually at the crossroads of myth and memoriam, fact and fable. For generations, poets sang of its glory and ruin, passing down the legend of a war that forever changed the course of history. Yet even as the spades of archaeologists have sifted through layers of time, the full tapestry of Troy's story remains tantalizingly unfinished. Each discovery under the Anatolian sun raises as many questions as it answers, and the city's eternal enigma endures. Long ago, on a windswept plain where the Dardanelles meet the Aegean, a settlement arose, strategically perched to command the passage between east and west. The world knows it as Troy, Iliad to the Greeks, Wilusa to the Hittites. Here, history and legend collide. Homer, the blind bard, immortalized Troy's fate in his Iliad, a tale of beauty and hubris, loss and revenge. Were these stories merely the stuff of myth, imaginings of poets' minds? Or do they echo real conflicts, fought for control of trade, pride, and power? Archaeological spades unearthed lost citadels in the hills of Hisarlik. Layer upon layer, cities built and destroyed, rebuilt atop their own ashes. Among the ruins, evidence of burning, toppled fortifications, shattered weapons, scars of violent ends. Among the thousands of pottery shards, fragments of bronze, and the swirling dance of ancient ash, there flickers a hope that history can still whisper its truths. Yet for every clue the earth yields, new mysteries multiply. Was there truly a singular cataclysmic war? Or do the Homeric tales condense centuries of strife and folklore into a single dramatic arc? Did a face really launch 1,000 ships? Could a wooden horse, as recounted by Virgil, have breached the mightiest of ancient fortresses? Or does the idea mask a clever ruse, lost in translation across the generations? The landscape itself seems to conspire in the mystery. The ancient Scamander River no longer runs where it once did. Its waters have shifted, plains have silted, shielding Troy's secrets below meters of earth. Generations of archaeologists, Frank Calvert, Heinrich Schliemann, Carl Blagen, Manfred Korfmann, each unearthed new portions of the riddle, piecing together walls and gates, palaces and homes, but always tantalizingly just beyond total certainty. Did Schliemann's Priam's treasure truly belong to the legendary king? Or was the trove centuries too early for Homer's age? Is the so-called burnt layer of Troy 6 or Troy 7 the scar left by a Greek assault? Or by earthquakes, or marauders, or accident? Outside the citadel, cemeteries stretch, their graves whispering of lives and deaths, both ordinary and extraordinary. Arrowheads lodged in stone, masses of burned debris, collapsed ramparts. These suggest calamity, but from whose hands? Greek, Anatolian, or from within? Each theory rises and falls like the tides of the Aegean itself. Troy's story does not exist in isolation. The city lay at the heart of a vital crossroads, where Mycenaean Greeks and Hittite diplomats played their own great game. Letters discovered in the archives of the Hittites mention Wilusa, a kingdom ruled by a prince named Alexandru, strangely reminiscent of Homer's Alexandros, or Paris. Agreements, treaties, tensions over territory, they hint at a Troy not merely obscured by myth, but situated in a real politically charged landscape. Yet still, certainty proves elusive. The ancient lines of power remain as shifting and deceptive as the storied horse. It is the enduring power of Troy's legend that gives it life beyond the stones and poems. Its fall was said to reverberate through the generations, sending refugees like Aeneas to found new cities, even Rome itself. In this way, the ashes of Troy helped fertilize the very soil of Western civilization. Its story became the lens through which later ages understood war, love, fate, and the cost of pride. Yet in seeking to know Troy, humanity finds itself reflected. Troy is the eternal mirror, the place where storytellers and scientists, rulers and dreamers have all come, bearing their questions. The city's towers loom over the ages, indifferent to their own fame, steadfast in their riddles. Whatever its reality, be it a powerful Bronze Age city sacked in war, or an epic woven to explain the rise and fall of empires, Troy's importance is beyond argument. For at its heart, the power of Troy resides not just in what actually happened within its walls, but in the unbreakable hold it exerts over the imagination. From the earliest scribes etching tablets in forgotten tongues to modern scholars poring over computer models and satellite images, its draw remains irresistible. Each time the earth is turned, each time a new text emerges from the shadows of the past, Troy stirs again. Neither living nor dead, neither entirely known nor wholly lost. Across the ages, artists and authors, nobles and ordinary folk have returned to Troy, reshaping its tale for their own times. The cities burning under the red skies of legend has been painted in gold and tragedy, echoed in battles and sagas everywhere from Iceland to India. Troy endures not as a dusty ruin, but as a symbol, retold for every generation. Even as science advances, radiocarbon dating narrows timelines, ground-penetrating radar finds new shapes beneath the fields, Troy defies total understanding. Its substance slips from our grasp just as it seems closest. The great city endures, wrapped in the mists of possibility. Was there a real Helen, a real Hector, a real Achilles? Or are they the faces and names carved by centuries of memory, standing guard at the gateway of our collective subconscious? In its silence, Troy demands humility of all who seek answers. Its ruins serve as a reminder that history is often pieced together from fragments, shards of pottery, echoes in old texts. We can approach the truth, perhaps touch it with our thoughts, but never fully seize it. And so, we return again and again to the story, not for what is settled, but for the thrill of the search, the awe of the unknown. As the sun sets behind the scarred hills, outlining the fallen stones in gold, we are left to ponder. Troy exists both as a tangible place and as a boundless idea, a monument to the human need to understand, to remember, to weave meaning from the drift of ages. The question of whether the Trojan War truly happened lingers, undiminished by time or scholarship. Yet one thing is clear: Troy has left an everlasting mark. Its legend has sailed farther than any of Homer's heroes, inspired more minds than all the armadas said to have besieged its gates. It remains an open mystery, a beacon and a challenge to all who seek to know where history ends and legend begins. What do you believe? As we stand gazing back across the divide of years, does the echo of battle still ring over the plains? Is the story of Troy a reflection of a distant reality, or does it dwell in a dream time, forever half-known, forever compelling? Share your thoughts. Is Troy's greatest secret its ability to endure, as myth, as memory, as mystery? Don't forget to leave your ideas, theories, and interpretations. The story lives on in every new voice that joins the search. And as we continue to explore history's most captivating enigmas, remember: like, share, and subscribe to make sure you never miss an expedition into the heart of legend and truth. Until the next journey, keep your minds open and your sense of wonder alive. For history is not only built upon what is known, but what remains to be discovered.